So I'm hoping that this is all technically working out. Hi, I'm Ted Crane, and there we are. Here we are at the Slow Lane Great Room, preparing for a concert with Uncle Joe Chicone and Reneé Baum, and a surprise guest who's hanging out in the back of the auditorium right now. I want to give you all of the introductions. First of all, you all know, those of you who are watching this, you all know where the exits are, and the safety exits over the wings, and the bathrooms, and your own snack bar. Ours is, I don't know if you can see it, ours is over here. These are friends of the performers who came to watch us today. I should thank the Community Arts Partnership of, what's that? Oh, I have to face this guy. Oh, okay. The Community Arts Partnership of Tompkins County, which provides grant funding for this event. So is the town of Danby. And it's one of very many concerts we hope to have during the remainder of the year. Stay tuned. You should watch the Community Council webpage, danbycc.org. Did I forget any of the?
Robert Strickhart's.
Robert Strickhart's. Bob Strickhart's was a great guy who started this concert series many years ago. He recently died, and so this year's concert series is in his honor, the Bob Strickhart's 2022 Danby Community Council Concert Series. Finally, we get to introduce the performers. I never know enough to say much about performers, but today I know. I can thank, believe it or not, I can thank Reneé Baum for the fact that I'm standing here and involved in a concert and in this house. Why? Because when I was younger, I bought 2 records from Rebop Records. I still remember where they were, the Steel Eye Span all around my house, a hat, and Fairport Convention, Viege and Leaf. And that led, I don't know if you can see it, but way back there, to about 1,000 records, which got me into the music and dance thing. Well, make a long story short, Reneé's at fault for all of that. Now, I would say the same about Joe. I've known him forever. Did you know he's a barber? He gave me my last haircut. I'll have to let Carl go into the room here. Hang on a second. Admit. He gave me my most recent haircut in December of 1972. I didn't know him at all until I met him through Reneé. But seriously, he's a barber. He's a farrier, which, by the way, means...
That's a fancy name for horseshoer.
Horseshoer. But that means he's also blacksmith.
Right, that's true.
And leather worker. Oh, the guy's
We're gonna
fantastic.
talk
And
about
yes,
that.
he also makes music. So having given you all that introduction, I'll walk up to the screen here, and this had better work. I've tried it 6 times yesterday. And let's take a look at them. Oh, there they are. And let's just flip it into widescreen. There we are. Folks, it's all up to you.
All right.
Great. Well, before we leave, check those records are the ones you never paid for, probably.
Yeah.
No, after a while I started mail ordering something called Roundup Records.
Oh yeah, Roundup was great.
Every month, another
Yeah.
8 records.
Roundup Records.
So we're going to just kind of warm up here a little bit. So before the music starts, we're going to play a banjo tune. And it's kind of like one of these things here. Let me give you some potatoes here. One more. This is really fun because we actually have some people here who know these tunes, right? This is a big dance hall here. We have a whole room full of folk music aficionados here. It was great the other day. We were singing some songs here, and Pamela knew all of them, so that's great. So anyway, I don't know if you guys have heard something about. I just heard the other day that they're going to do something in Ithaca about flood insurance and everything. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but anyway, here's a song from Flood Country. Anyway, this is an old folk song. Waterbound, I can't get home. Waterbound, I can't get home. Waterbound, I can't get home. Down to North Carolina. Chicken a crow in the old pine tree, chicken a crow in the old pine tree, chicken a crow in the old pine tree down in North Carolina. Charlie wanna go home, Nick and Charlie wanna go home, Nick and Charlie wanna go home before the water rises. If you don't give her up, we're gonna run away. If you don't give her up, we're gonna run away. Don't give her up, we're gonna run away down to North Carolina. Some of you guys know that song probably. First time I heard that that song, I heard Mike Seeger playing that on the dulcimer, actually, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought about it for years. When I was a young guy, I started playing this kind of music, and I fell in love with the banjo back in the late 1960s, actually. So if you can imagine how old I am now.
I've been wondering.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Reneé and I play around the living room all the time, and I just wanted to say, so Ted just said something about that I was a farrier, which I have been for the last 42 years, and I still do that, actually. And I grew up in the shadow of people who went through the Great Depression, and I always, heard stories about the way it used to be before they had electricity, before cars came, before all that kind of stuff. I remember when I was a young guy, I had an old truck. I was driving around the loop up in Hector one day, and I saw this old timer and his grandson out in the hayfield trying to cuss their tractor out of a mud hole. And I stopped because they had horses in the backyard, and I was looking for any horses I could shoe, any horses that wore hair in those days. Anyway, I got to be friends with the old timer, and he taught me a lot. He taught me how to harness a team, and the whole time he'd be telling me stories about the way it used to be, and when they dug these roads out and everything with horses. He was telling me all about it, so we got to be good friends. The old boy was so crooked he couldn't lay in bed straight, and every time I made a deal with him I got beat, but I didn't care because I wanted to hear the stories anyway, And I bought my first team from him. I had a little pair of mules one time. Anyway, this is a song kind of like about that, and let's see if we can get it. Upside down, you know it must be true. The very things that are going down means to me and you. We're up against it now, no need to raise your row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. When the highways come, they tax the farmer down. The road's so slick that the teams couldn't travel and they had to walk to town. We're up against it now, no use to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. When the auto come, the mules and the horse wouldn't sell. The farmer's taxed down so bad that the country's gone to well. We're up against it now, no need to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. Bought a tractor, it caused him quite an alarm. He had to sell one little piece and had to sell the farm. We're up against it now, no need to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. As happy as a lark, now he's down and out. The auto is the thing, that brought this all about. We're up against it now, no use to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. But the women all are busy now, bobbing off their hair, clipping off their dresses short to make themselves more fair. So we're up against it now, no use to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. The farmer, he's the one, on whom we must depend. He's up against it like the rest with troubles to amend. We're up against it now, no use to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. We're up against it now, no use to raise a row. Of all the times I ever saw, we're sure up against it now. We're up against it now. always been up against it in some way or another. We are kind of up against it right now, but we're still going. So, I thought today it'd be fun to sing some songs that are familiar. And here in our beautiful state, we have some folk songs that came out of this beautiful area. Some about the Erie Canal, and we all learned that one when we were in school, I got a mule and her name is Sal, 15 mile on the Erie Canal. Well, we're not going to sing that one, but we're going to sing another song about the Erie Canal. And I learned a fact. This is about a storm on the Erie Canal. So you'd say, well, what, it's only 4 feet deep. How bad could the storm be, right? Well, what those guys were worried about was the canal would flood, and the canal boats would slide off, and they'd end up out in the field someplace. So they, it'd go over the edge of the berm, and they'd end up out in the field somewhere, Anyway, here's how the song goes. You guys can pick up the chorus on this and sing it with me. We was 40 miles from Albany, forget it I never shall. But a horrible storm blew up one night on the Erie Canal. Oh, the Erie is rising, the gin is getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. Till we get to Buffalo. So sing that with me. The Erie is rising, the gin is getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. Get to Buffalo. Well, the wind begun to whistle, boys, the waves begin to roll. We had to heist the royals on that raging canal. Oh, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. We get to Buffalo. Begun to whistle and the waves begin to roll. We like to all got foundered on a chunk of Lackawanna coal. The Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. I hollered for the captain on the towpath treading dirt. He jumped on board and plugged the leak with his old red flannel shirt. Oh, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. Scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. Get to Buffalo. She was a grand old gal, she wore a ragged dress. We hoisted her upon the pole as a signal of distress. Oh, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. We get to Buffalo. When we got to Syracuse, boys, the off mule, he was dead. The nigh mule had the blind stagger, so I cracked him on the head. Oh, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. We get to Buffalo. Our cook, she was, oh, that's not right. Oh, the captain, he got married, boys, and the cook, she went to jail. And I'm the only son of a sea cook left to tell the tale. Well, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. We get to Buffalo. Oh, the Erie was rising, the gin was getting low. I scarcely think we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo. We get to Buffalo. Some of those great old canal boat songs. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the museum up in Syracuse. That's pretty amazing. It's right in the middle of town where the Erie Canal used to go through there, Wow. Okay, so. Oh. So we got to sing a cowboy song. things wouldn't be right in the world if you didn't sing a cowboy song or two. See if I can remember this one. Well, come all you cowboys throughout the land, I'll sing you the law of the ranger's command. You can hold a 6-shooter and never do run, as long as there's bullets in both of your guns. I met a fair maiden, her name I don't know. I asked her to the roundup, with me would she go? She said she'd go with me to that old cold roundup and drink that hard liquor from the cold bitter cup. We started for the roundup in the fall of the year, expecting we'd get there with a herd of fat steers. But the rustlers come on us in the dead of the night. She rose from her warm bed, a battle to fight. She rose from her warm bed with a gun in each hand, hollered, all of you cowboys, come fight for your land. So come all you cowboys throughout the land, I'll sing you the law of the ranger's command. You can hold a 6-shooter and never do run, as long as there's bullets in both of your guns. Anybody ever hear that song before? Did you ever hear that song before? I think Woody Guthrie wrote that song, actually. Am I right about that, Pamela?
I think it might have been.
Yeah,
Really?
it might have been, yep. Okay, so Renee's going to play some Métis tunes. You want to say something about that?
Well, the Métis have actually been in the news lately. They are a self-identified group of people in northern and western areas of Canada, and they're indigenous people and mixed with the fur trappers of centuries ago, and they just went to meet with the Pope to discuss some not great treatment, and the Pope could really feel for them. And they actually played a concert for him, and it was really amazing, truly amazing. So we'll just see if
They
we
play
can't,
some wonderful fiddle tunes, and
Yeah.
Renee's been working on a lot of them.
see if we can't pull one off.
All right, let her go, Professor.
Metis.
I couldn't tell when the end was going to be.
You never know. I mean, sometimes they play all night.
So that'd be a fun one to dance to, huh? Yeah. See if I can get
Don't
this
be
back
afraid
in
to
here.
get up and dance.
Right, right. Please do. So, actually, let's make sure that we're somewhere near in tune here. With the weather the way it is, the instruments are going all over the place. In tune? Anyway, banjos are very cantankerous on that note anyway, but... So here's a little song that you all have heard. And it's kind of one of my personal stories. Way up on Clinch Mountain, I'll wander alone. Drunk as the devil, boys, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and if a tree don't fall on me, I'll live till I die. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If you don't give me rye whiskey, I surely will die. It's whiskey, rye, whiskey, you're no friend to me. You killed my poor father, how dare you try me? Whiskey, rye, whiskey, a villain of old. You robbed my poor pockets of silver and gold. Rye, whiskey, rye, whiskey, rye, whiskey, I cry. If you don't give me rye whiskey, I surely will die. If the ocean was whiskey and I was a duck, I'd dive to the bottom, would never come up. But the ocean ain't whiskey and I ain't no duck, so I'll play jack of diamonds and trust to my luck. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If you don't give me rye whiskey, I surely will die. A lot of different versions of that tune, but that's the way I've always played it and lived it. Anyway, here's a tune we is everybody, you want to get up and move around a little bit, or you guys all right sitting there for a minute?
It's a good one to dance to.
Yep, right. This is one of our, we used to open our shows a lot with this tune anyway. So here we go. Think you can remember it?
I hope so.
Kick it off. Angelina Baker, her age is 43. Fed her candy by the peck, she'd never marry me. Angelina Baker lived on the village green. The first time I laid eyes on her, beat all you ever seen. Her father was a baker, name of Uncle Sam. I never would forget his face, lest I take a dram. She said she couldn't do hard work 'cause she wasn't stout. Made the biscuits every day and poured the coffee out. Angelina Baker, whoa, Angelina, I know I should have married Angeline 20 years ago. So you guys understand. See, so I tried to make an executive decision there
No.
to switch. You got to understand the lingo here. See, when Reneé does this, that means we're done with that tune. We're going to go into the other tune. And if that doesn't happen,
It doesn't happen.
right, so that's not what that means around our house. But here, okay, all right. I'm glad you guys, all right. Anyway, all right, so. Here comes Pamela, let's start. Here we go. I'm always lighthearted and easy, not a care in the world have I. But I was loved by an Ollie, and I wouldn't forget if I tried. She lived far off over the mountains, where the little bird sings on the tree. There's a cabin all covered with ivy, and Ollie is waiting for me. She lives far off over the mountains, where the little bird sings on the tree. There's a cabin all covered with ivy, and Ollie is waiting for me. bidadooda ollie. It's a day I would never forget. Well, the tears bubbled up from their slumber, and I can see them yet. They look like the pearls of the ocean as she shed those sweet tears of love, saying, darling, don't ever forget me till we meet here again or above. But she lived far off over the mountain where the little bird sings on the tree. There's a cabin all covered with ivy, and Ollie is waiting for me. One more. She lives far off over the mountains where the little bird sings on the tree. There's a cabin all covered with ivy, and Ollie is waiting for me. There's a cabin all covered with ivy, and Ollie is waiting for me. Isn't that a pretty tune? That's a beauty. That's actually, there's an Irish version of that where the woman's name is Colleen, of course, right? I mean, you know. But anyway, yeah. So, what are we going to do now? Oh, I know what we're going to do. So,
Is this where my friend
this is
comes
it.
up?
This is it. This is
All
him.
right. One of the special guests is small. So this is a little fellow. It's called a lumberjack or a dancing man. I think in Quebec French he's called le bonhomme, the good man. And he was made by this particular one by a fellow named Rodney Frost up in Ontario.
And he looks like a little logger, so we're going to sing a logger song. Jacques the Logger,
Jacques. Yes, he is Jacques.
the fiddling logger.
He's got his fiddle on his shoulder.
So you guys, any of these songs you guys know, I wish you'd sing along, because I, being of sound mind and stuff, get nasal passages today. Anyway. As I went out one evening to a small cafe, a 40-year-old waitress to me just then did say, I see you are a logger, sir, and not just a common bum, 'cause only a logger stirs his coffee with his thumb. My lover, he was a logger, there ain't none like him today. If you'd pour whiskey on it, he could eat a bale of hay. And he never shaved the whiskers off of his horny old hide. He'd just drive 'em in with a hammer and bite 'em off on the other side. My lover, he came to see me. It was on one freezing day. He held me in such a fond embrace, he broke 3 vertebrae. And he kissed me when we parted, so hard that he broke my jaw. I could not speak to tell him he forgot his mackinaw. And so my lover was leaving. He sauntered off through the snow and going gaily homeward at 48 below. Well, the wind, it tried to freeze him, It tried its level best at 1,000 degrees below zero. He buttoned up his vest. Well, it froze clean through to China. It froze the stars above at 1,000 degrees below zero. It froze my logger love. And so I lost my logger, and to this cafe I come, waiting here until someone stirs their coffee with his thumb. How are we doing on time, Ted?
Oh, a couple billion years before the sun goes out.
Okay.
As much time as you want.
You are a witty guy, you know it?
3:45.
3:45. Okay, we got time for a few more. If anybody can stand it. Okay. Whoa. So I want to sing another logger song, actually. This song is from the Adirondacks, and it's a true story, actually. And I heard a great folk singer named Jeff Warner say that his father was a folk song collector, and I believe it was his dad that met one of the people who was actually mentioned in this song. And I don't know exactly what year it was written, but I assume it was probably maybe in the 1920s or 1930s, anyway. And it's, here's the way it goes. Welcome all you bold fellers, where'er you might be. Sit here a while and listen to me. And the truth I would tell you, I'll make no mistake, about the rackets they had about Blue Mountain Lake. Derry down, 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 derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. There was the Sullivan brothers and Big Jimmy Lou, old Mose Gilbert and Dandy Pat too. The finest lot of fellers that ever I seen. We all worked for Griffith on Township 19. Derry down, 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 derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. Bill Mitchell, you know, he kept our shanty, and a meaner damn man, boys, you never did see. He'd lay around that shanty from morning till night, and if a man said a word, he was ready to fight. Derry down, 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 derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. One day before daylight, Jimmy Lou, he got mad. He knocked the hell out of Mitchell, and the boys was all glad. And his wife, she just stood there, the truth I'm gonna tell. She was tickled to death to watch her old man catch hell. Derry down, 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 derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. Well, old Griffith just stood there, that crabby old Drake, in an uphand in the rackets we thought he might take. But a couple of the boys come and took him away. Cripes, says old Griffith, I got nothing to say. Derry down, derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. Well, my song's about over now. Adieu to you all. Christmas is coming and I'm off to Glens Falls. But when I get there, I'm going off on a spree. 'Cause when I get drunk, boys, the devil's in me. Derry down, 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 derry down, derry down, 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 derry down. Everybody liked that one. I saw a lot of singers out there. That's a good one, yeah. Oh boy, here's a good one for you. Now you got your singing voices all warmed up, right? Everybody remembers these old songs we learned in music class back in the day. You ready?
I think so.
All right, here we go. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Okay, you got that? Let's sing it again. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. For 6 long years I've been a rover away, you rolling river. For 6 long years I've been a rover away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. So let's sing another one. Here we go. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Can we play one? I'll return to be your lover away, you rolling river. I'll return to be your lover away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Let's play another one. Shenandoah, I long to see you away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Who knows that that one. Everybody knows that one, right? Great. Thanks for singing that. All right, you want to play something and give our voices a rest here a little bit?
Sure.
I need a snort here. Hang on. Oh.
Is this the kind of thing a dancing man might dance along behind you?
He could definitely dance to this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a real dance tune. Ready? Here we go. Last time. That's a fun one. Well, okay, so we've come to the point here now where we've got to sing a sea shanty. That's just all there is to it, right? You can't have a folk music show without singing a sea shanty or two.
Not after TikTok
Yeah?
and the Wellerman.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if we can do this without crashing something here. You'll soon pick up the chorus. On these ones here. So let's see if I can remember. I'm going to do Go to Sea Once More, I believe, and then we'll sing Bye Bye My Rosianna, I think. Okay? Unless you guys want to play for another 6 hours. I'm sorry?
What key are you in?
I am in C minor.
Okay. It's all yours.
When first I come to Liverpool, I went off on a spree. With money at last, I spent it fast, got drunk as drunk could be. And when my money was all gone, it's when I wanted more. But a man must be blind to change his mind, to go to sea once more. Once more, once more, to go to sea once more. A man must be blind to change his mind, to go to sea once more. Well, the first night I spent with Angeline, I was too drunk to roll in bed. My watch was new, my money too. In the morning with her they fled. And as I stumbled out on the street, the girls in the windows did roar. There goes Jack Sprat, the sailor man, he'll go to sea once more. Once more, once more, he'll go to sea once more. There goes Jack Sprat, the sailor man, he'll go to sea once more. And as I was walking down London Street, I met with a rapper, Brown. When I asked him, would he take me in, he looked at me with a frown. He says, last time you was paid off, you chalked with me no score. But I'll take your advance and give you a chance and send you to sea once more. Once more, once more, to send you to sea once more. I'll take your advance and give you a chance and send you to sea once more. He set me off on a whaling ship bound for the Arctic Sea, where frost and snow and wind did blow, Jamaica rum would freeze. But the hardest to bear was no hard weather gear, 'cause I spent all my money on shore. Just then I wished I was safe at home, or stayed with them girls on shore. Once more, I'm going to sea once more. But a man must be blind to change his mind, to go to sea once more. Sometimes we's catchin' whales, me lads, but most times we ain't catchin' none. With a 20-foot oar stuck in my paw from 4 o'clock in the morn. And when the shade of night rolled in, you rest on your weary oar. About that time I wished I was dead and have gone to sea no more. once more, once more. I'm gone to sea once more. About that time I wished I was dead and gone to sea no more. So come all ya hard weather sailing men who's listening to my song. When you return from those long trips, I wish for you no wrong. Take my advice, drink no strong drink, don't go sleeping with no whores. Get married instead, spend your nights in a bed, and go to sea no more. No more, no more. Go to sea no more. Get married instead, spend your nights in a bed, and go to sea no more.
Good advice.
That's good advice, isn't it? Yeah. So that was nice and cheerful. So anyway, you guys are good singers. Yeah, let's see. Well, we're about ready to call it, I think, here pretty soon, aren't we?
All right.
Some of us are. Okay, this one's got a nice lilting chorus. You can imagine the ships sailing out to sea. The men on the ships would say, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, my Rosianna. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. I won't be home tomorrow. You got it? Let's sing it one more time. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, my Rosianna. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. I won't be home tomorrow. The anchor, she's weighed, and the sails, they are set. Bye bye, my Rosianna. And the girls that we're leaving will never forget. I won't be home tomorrow. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, my Rosianna. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. I won't be home tomorrow. Goodbye to Sally, goodbye to Sue. Bye bye, my Rosianna. Those that are listening, goodbye to you. I won't be home tomorrow. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, my Rosianna. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. I won't be home tomorrow. Rosianna, 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 I wanna be your lover. Rosianna, 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 I hope there is no other. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, my Rosianna. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. I won't be home tomorrow. Let's play another one. Rosianna, Rosianna, sweet Rosianna. Bye-bye, my Rosianna. Rosianna, Rosianna, my sweet Rosianna. I won't be home tomorrow. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Bye-bye, my Rosianna. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. I won't be home tomorrow. I won't be home tomorrow. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed that.